Wrestling Brain. Bobby, I'm handing the wheel of the show to you. Talk to Goo, Ryan, and I about what's up here.
So, during the last They Said What segment, we heard from a lot of people, but the one that really touched me was Eric Bischoff. Eric told us the reason that he doesn't do predictions very often anymore is because he's just too accurate. I think he said 98.5%.
That's correct.
Accurate. And so he doesn't do them anymore. So I was inspired to look through the history of the 83 Weeks podcast to see how often does he do predictions and how often is he right. So I pulled some, literally, I think I've put on maybe 5 or 6 episodes and easily pulled more clips than I even used, by the way, for tonight. He makes predictions constantly. This is the easiest thing that I can that I could have ever undertaken. I think Josh thought it was going to be a lot of work. Wasn't at all. So as it turns out, we have 5 clips that we're going to make predictions on tonight. We're going to let the chat try to decide what it is that Eric is predicting. And then we'll hear from the man.
This is amazing. Ryan, get ready with the intro video for this, the song. We'll go to, what's the name of this one, Bobby?
So this is called Prediction Time with Eazy-E.
Hit it, Ryan.
I'll predict right here, and you know how I am. I'm like 98.5% accurate. I kind of got out of the prediction business because it was always controversial. I'm just tired of it. But I predict right now, there's about a 95% chance. Oh my gosh, he would be. How do you not admire this? How do you not?
Oh my goodness, Bobby, that killed me.
Yeah, he's pondering his orb, which I assume he does every time that he has to make a prediction, and he makes them a lot, like I said. So we're going to start you guys off with the earliest one chronologically that I found. Again, I just randomly pulled these. So this one's from October 4th, 2024. Okay. So we have lots of time to tell if his prediction came true here. So I'll try to give you guys the context for each of these the best that I can each time. In this one, Eric is very certain that something will happen to AEW or be revealed about AEW in the next 12 months, he says. So that expired in October of 2025, more than 6 months ago. So here are the possibilities I'm going to give you, and then you guys can kind of dwell on which one you think he is predicting, and whether it came true or not, I guess. But we're not betting on whether it came true or not. We're only betting on which one he's predicting.
Which one he's predicting is the bet.
So, A, that they will cancel an announced pay-per-view. B, that a Warner Brothers executive will be put in charge of AEW's television product.
Oh my God, really? Okay.
C, 1/3 of the current roster will leave for WWE.
Okay.
Ooh.
Or D, total bankruptcy.
Okay. So Goo and I are on a team here.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys don't need to compete. I think that we can all work together on this. What do you think? And again, this is October 4th, 2024. For whatever that means to you, you can think through what you remember the time to be like in the wrestling world. But he's making a prediction, and he's putting his entire reputation behind it here.
Okay. So the options were, is he predicting AEW will cancel an announced pay-per-view? That a Warner executive will take over AEW.
Well, AEW TV.
AEW TV. That 1/3 of the roster will leave for WWE, or total bankruptcy. Goo, does one of those jump out as more or less likely to you?
The two things that I feel like are calling to me, and I don't know. I feel like the TV executive one
No.
sounds like it, just only because it feels like something he might feel like he can put an extra confident, like bogus prediction, because he can be like, I worked in TV, like I understand how these networks work.
Is your other guess the bankruptcy one? Because if so, we have the same two.
Oh no, I was gonna
Okay.
say third of the roster leaving for WWE, only because maybe there, I can't even remember what was going on at this time, but maybe there was like a angle people were interested over there, and he was like smelling blood and
Oh,
people are down on AEW right now, and
that's
people are gonna
such
start to
great
see.
thinking.
Yeah,
Because
that's the
Bloodline
timing.
stuff's hot. These are great options written by Bobby, all very convincing. I kind of want to go Warner executive will take over simply for the reason you laid out. Like, trust me, I've listened to more of 83 weeks than this is maybe arrogant to say, but I feel comfortable saying it. I'm the sanest guy who's listened to the most 83 weeks. That's whatever that ratio is. I feel like I have that on lock. And I feel like he's always like, the TV business. And so I'm tempted to say he views that as space for him.
Yeah, I feel like that's what a lot of like the wrestling commentators who aren't into wrestling anymore like do, is they just kind of like lean on their particular expertise. I notice this a lot on the Coach and Bro show. I feel like they try to do that a lot, like when we were running WrestleMania, and it's like, it's just not like that. I don't think, guys. So that feels like something Bischoff would do from his expertise,
Hey, there's Hamburg on screen. We love to see it. Goo, I think we're in lockstep here. Let's lock in with B, Bobby, that a WWE executive will take over AEW television.
You guys think that he's more concerned with TV and Turner Broadcasting and all of his legacy than he is with the actual business of pro wrestling? Okay, I mean, let's see what he has to say, right? I don't know.
God.
It's almost professional malfeasance to not have a network executive that actually understands formatting and actually understands
formatting,
not having direct oversight.
Like Nitro. Nitro's formatting fucking gold standard.
And by the way, prediction, and we know how I am about predictions, fucking awesome, actually. Don't be surprised in the next 12 months if that doesn't emerge. And there is a network executive. Because at the end of the day, it's their money. It's not Tony's money. $170 million has got nothing to do with daddy. That $170 million is network money.
Well, I guess you guys know him better than I do.
We somehow knew. Goo, we're a great team. Can I just say, Bobby, you might have to do this every week. They said what is so fun to play. I never get to play it. This is a gas.
It's a blast, yeah. And you know what? I'm actually wearing my NWO shirt here in honor of Eazy-E. So I'm trying to get to know him a little better through these clips.
I'm wearing a Bret Hart shirt. Not a coincidence.
Hey, that may come up later. Let's see.
Okay.
So for our second one here, and bear in mind, I do want to say before the clip plays, some of these are kind of long. This guy's very long-winded, so I'm sorry that he can be very verbose. That's just his way. But the context for this one,
anyone for being long-winded. So
the context for this one is, I think everybody knows that that Eric Bischoff famously predicted that TNA was going to become the #2 promotion if it can get a TV deal in place. That it will beat AEW in terms of TV ratings. That's not the prediction that we're here to discuss. Okay. That's just color for where we're at here. So this clip comes from a couple of days before the TNA premiere on AMC. And Eric is being tasked with predicting the ratings for the debut of the first episode of TNA on AMC. He asked Conrad for some, Conrad Thompson, I don't even want to say co-host, the guy who runs the show. he asked him for some context on how much AEW does per week, and he says about 600,000. So that's the context immediately preceding his prediction. I will say that the clip, when you see it, it will have the preamble that shows the context before of him, guessing that this is going to be the number 2 promotion. So it's a bit of a twofer, but what we're betting on here is what's the actual number that he's predicting for the rating. So AEW does 600,000 per week. He's just been told this. Him and Conrad Thompson and Raj Giri are chopping it up on how much AEW or TNA, is going to get in week
I
1.
guess we can't call this Wrestling Brain now that I know that show.
This is Wrestling Brain. That's the Wrestling Brain Trust.
Right. Thank you. Yeah.
But
Wrestling Brain means I'm always thinking about wrestling, not that I know much about it.
no, they know everything. So here's the spread. Okay, so A, 150 to 200,000 people.
Okay.
B, 250 to 300,000. C, 350 to 400,000. D, 450 to 500,000.
Goo, you had great instincts on this last one. Again, Bobby, some fantastic prompt writing by you there.
He met his
Any of
match
those-
in terms of predictions. Yeah.
Any of those numbers jump out at you?
Well, I just want to say, like, the higher it is.
Oh, you can put those up, Ryan, by the way, the second round of predictions.
The higher the number is, like, the funnier it is. So I'm
For sure.
I'm kind of tempted to just go with the highest.
So highest he predicted is 500,000, which is so funny.
Very realistic.
Yeah. They did 708, I think, last week without max ratings, which are, I think, around the 4 to 10 million range.
Yeah, I just want to. That's what is calling to me. Is like I want that to be the answer. So that's what my answer is. I don't have any other insight beyond that.
Will you negotiate with me and go one down to 350, 400?
Yeah, because I said, that's just my heart. It's not like I'll go with your intuition over my heart.
I feel like 350 is. I feel like 450 isn't insulting enough. I feel like 350 is. Although I was thinking half, and 300 is half, but no, there's no way he'd say. Okay, should we lock in on C, 350 to 400?
I'll go with you on that. Yeah.
Lock us in, Bobby. C, 350 to 400,000.
Okay, and now keep in mind when Ryan hits play, we're going to hear the preamble about how they're going to become the number 2, and then immediately after that, we will hear what the real ratings are, or we'll hear what his prediction was, and then what the real ratings were. So, whenever you're ready,
Ryan,
When I predicted this about a year ago, I think maybe less than that, maybe 8 months ago, I think I
this
came
was
out
the day
and
after
said,
Christmas, by the way.
I predict TNA is going to end up getting a television partner, and I predict within a year they'll be the number 2 wrestling company in the country, or something to that effect. Somebody out there will find it. It was close to that, and I think that's probably going to come true in 2026, maybe sooner than later. I think they'll be in the 350 range.
Come on,
maybe 4.
Raj, what did the
Bruno's
real number come in at?
easy.
Yeah, so it ended up being 173,000 viewers with a 0.04 in the demo, and so it's lower than most of the estimates I saw online with people, guessing. And
Made by you.
yeah, and that's for week 1, and usually you see 30 to 40% drop in week 2. So not exactly the best number for that premiere.
I still think that TNA is in position to challenge AEW for a number 1 position in terms of television viewing,
Me too.
not in terms of overall business, as I said last week. But man, they got a lot more work to do than I thought.
He thought right out the gate it was just gonna be gangbusters.
Now, I believe everyone on this call, Goo, Bobby, and Ryan, if I'm not mistaken, have all done a TNA month wrestling. Okay, you've all done one with me.
Yep.
All he's exposing is this guy has never seen TNA before.
He watched
Yeah,
the first.
my understanding from listening to what he had to say about this stuff for a bunch of hours is that he thinks that Tio Carlos is a nice guy who asks him for advice sometimes, and that's the extent of it.
Yeah, that it's like, oh yeah, I think AEW, could be challenged for that spot by TNA. It's like, not if you see an Impact, you don't. Not if you've seen half an hour of Impact, you don't. Not if you've heard the crowd of Impact once.
Not a moment. There's not a moment watching it where you're like, oh, they could, they got a lot of work to do, but they could make something out of this.
Yeah.
Gents, if I recall correctly, he watched the first 10 minutes of the first episode on AMC. And he's like, I really liked the intro. It kind of a little too long for my liking. But,
I think he said something at the end, Ryan, like, the energy kind of dipped at the end of the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, he kind of buried it. His own prediction got buried there. But
Bobby, we're having you back next week to do this. Goo, we're a good team at this, man.
yeah, you're 2 for 2.
Yeah. We've been right 100% of the time. So.
No, 98.5 here.
No,
Actually,
yeah.
Goo does have a way better hit rate than Easy Eat predicting things around here. It's not even close.
That is true, and they're all on record too, so we can go back.
Yeah. Oh no.
And I'm with Penderloin in the chat. God, if there was another U.S. promotion as good as AEW, that's great news for us. Like, I legitimately feel that way. It's like, but there isn't.
Well, that portends well into the next clip, and I'll try to give you some context here. This one's a little bit more difficult before the clip comes up to give you context on, but this is early in the year, this year. Once again, Raj Giri and Conrad Thompson are talking to Eric Bischoff. And so the context before anything that you're going to hear is that Chris Jericho has definitely 100% signed with WWE. That's already happened. So and Bischoff didn't predict this. This is, I think, probably news from Raj Giri. But he's signed. And they're really just trying to decide what's Jericho going to do in WWE.
So this isn't even a prediction on if Jericho's going or when. What's he going to do there?
How are they going to book him for his debut, his first little while in WWE? So
yes,
Conrad and Eric are workshopping an idea for how it's going to go down. And where we're going to join in is right at the end of Conrad pitching something, and you'll hear whether or not Eric agrees with what Conrad is pitching, and Eric will do what he does best, which is re-explain the same thing that the other guy just took 11 minutes to say. So the choices that you have to make here on how WWE is going to use Chris Jericho are as follows.
God.
A, WWE really wants TNA to succeed, so Jericho will debut in TNA. B, Chris Jericho will feud with all of NXT. All of NXT versus Chris Jericho. C, Jericho will become the biggest Canadian babyface in the history of the business as a result of how they book him in his return to WWE. Or D, all of the above.
Okay. Now, how hard do we want to meta this one? Because I feel like there's an all of the above. We got to take it, no?
Yeah, because once again, that's what I want to be true.
I want to will the all of the above into existence where he thinks
it makes sense.
Yeah, he'll say, well, who? I guess the best Canadian babyface ever right now is Bret Hart.
It's got to be.
Too bad for him. Too bad.
Or Ed Choplin.
Yeah, Ed Choplin, of course.
Yeah.
Big reactions. I if you're willing, I'm willing to all. Okay, I want to look at the options one more time. Is there any that seems out of league? Jericho and TNA. That was when he said it. That was the one. I was like, okay, that's probably my guess. Not hearing any of them. Jericho versus NXT is so funny. That's the only one. I think it's Jericho and TNA or all of the above. That's what I.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
One begets the next. Like he joins TNA.
Yeah. Yep.
In which he leads TNA against NXT, which somehow then makes him the greatest Canadian. Maybe like all the Canadians go to TNA and all the Americans on NXT. That only makes sense, right?
this is, I think, great thinking by you. They're like, oh no, what if the Elegance brand captures all of our titles? Somebody get Chris Jericho. He's like, yeah, man. He shows. Oh my god, it'd be many. Let's lock in on Digu, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's the only answer.
We're locking in,
Okay.
Bobby.
Can I ask you guys a question? You're locked in. We're not changing here, but I'll ask you a question if I could have framed this a little differently. If I could have put 5 answers and I said that the 4th one was that Jericho will get his retirement run, you know, the Hall of Fame run, and then he retires and he's in the Hall of Fame, would that have been the one that you would have chosen?
No,
It'd be very up there, yes.
Well, it
seems
won't matter.
normal.
It won't matter because it's in there too, baby. Let's
Yeah, let's go.
I'm not saying this is going to happen, but what if
I am.
Jericho debut on TNA,
You know, I
and
have
now they're going to
predictions.
feud with NXT, and boy, one hand washes the other. That'd be good for NXT. It'd be good for TNA. What do you think of that, Eric?
I didn't see the story play that you just laid out, but that was fantastic, by the way, or your view of that creatively. What I wanted to say, but I didn't want to interrupt Raj because he touched on it a little bit. I think
polite.
I absolutely believe that WWE is going to try to strategically help TNA in any way possible because it's in WWE's best interest if TNA is successful for a
Still
lot of
doing it.
reasons. It's in their best interest, and this is the first time I heard that there may be something in that agreement that puts WWE in a favored nations or a favorable position if there's going to be an exit or sale of the company. That if that's true, that's an if, but if that's true, then I absolutely am convinced that
Can we
this
pause
is
for
a
a
great opportunity for Chris to reintroduce.
What is he implying there?
Sorry, I should have given you the context. I think Conrad Thompson Raj Giri had implied that WWE has first right of refusal if TNA goes up for sale. Which, I mean, was based on nothing because that guy just makes things up. And it's been probably 5 months since this happened and no one's once talked about that since. So yeah, good reason to bring that up.
Yeah, I remember all the hubbub about what a great partnership it was. Meanwhile, Joe Henry gone. Everyone left, abandoned. TNA ruinous condition.
Well, not according to Eric Bischoff. He thinks that it's in their best interest, WWE's best interest, to prop up TNA as long as possible. For so many
apologize.
reasons.
Let's hear it.
For too many reasons, really.
Oh, I just realized we'll have to start from the beginning if you want to do that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you mute it and play it for like a minute or whatever it was?
I'm not saying this is going to happen, but what if
I am.
Jericho debut?
That part's gold.
So yeah, now it's muted.
Okay.
Well, I hope that you guys caught that. I know the context is difficult, but Conrad had pitched this entire thing and he's saying, I'm not sure. I'm not saying it's going to happen. And Eric is like, no, I am.
I
It's
am.
happening."
Yeah,
It's
it's
happening.
happening. Unfortunately, like we talked about last week, every time Eric looks cool for an old guy. You do have to give it up.
You
He
gotta
looks
give it up.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's
He's
wearing
always
a,
looked cool.
He looks so
he's wearing his
old when he's
real
with,
American shirt.
Yeah, he looks so old when he's with these younger guys. It's just it's great grandpa.
All right, let's unmute. Let's see where he's
best interest if TNA is successful for a lot of reasons. It's in their best interest, and this is the first time I heard that there may be something in that agreement that puts WWE in a favored nations or a favorable position if there's going to be an exit or sale of the company. That if that's true, that's an if, but if that's true, then I absolutely am convinced that this is a great opportunity for Chris to reintroduce himself to the WWE universe in a storyline driven way that makes him the ultimate babyface. Canadian too, by the way, Brett. I'm sorry, but it's true, Brett. You'd have to give a tip of the hat to Chris Jericho if he pulls this off. But if Chris can be instrumental, play that Lex Luger-like kind of surprise, but at the same time be a part of the programming, create a battle between those two brands. Chris wins. He's going to get that retirement tour, guaranteed. But in the meantime, he's having fun doing something that fits his character and where he's at in his career, and it checks all kinds of boxes. I'll be shocked if it doesn't happen. And disappointed too, by the way.
Aw.
Shocked.
Garen
Aw.
freaking Teed.
Yeah, and he's in a state of shock now, I assume. I have to assume he's still in a state of shock because it didn't happen.
I got to be honest, and I don't want to come across as a hater, but he doesn't seem to be firing at 98.5 from what I've seen so far. Because last week
So
he was
far.
throwing
Well-
out two things as well.
He was right that Chris Jericho became the greatest Canadian babyface of all time. He just did it in AEW.
That's true. Yeah, and he did it in Vancouver. That is a good
That's-
point.
And sorry to Bret Hart for that. Sorry, Bret.
Sorry, Brett.
Sorry, just gotta call it like it is.
What's up next here, Bobby?
All right, so we're gonna go back to his favorite topic, which is stupid bullshit television rights ownership stuff.
It's his
This
wheelhouse.
is it's his wheelhouse. He
Yeah,
knows the
this
most
is gonna
about
be
it.
Hard. There's gonna be a lot of camouflage here.
This is about a year ago, I'd say, and he is predicting. I don't know if you guys remember this whole thing about how much does Warner Brothers own of
Yes, of
AEW?
course. Yeah.
Mm.
So it was a big question for like a week, and then it actually got put to bed because of a public disclosure that Warner Brothers Discovery had to make. But in this clip, Eric is predicting that Warner Brothers owns more of AEW than is out there publicly or that people have alluded to. And he's pretty sure he knows exactly how much too, or thereabouts.
Give me
He's
some
got
big
a-
numbers.
He's got a number here, but that's not what you guys are going to guess.
Aw.
What you're going to guess
Wow.
is how long, and you know, I through the magic of having more than a year to look back at this, you know, you can imagine that I can go in and pull clips to piece together here. How long does it take him to conclude that his prediction is probably wrong? Do you think it was
Oh,
A, 1 minute, B, 1 week, C, 1 month, or D, 1 year?
Again, I
Okay.
hate to meta it, Goo, but if it's in a clip, you got to think it's 1 minute, so we could hear him it dawn on it as he's speaking, right? Like that would be the gag here.
what would what we would we're going too meta, I think, though. That's kind of
Listen, Bobby's up against. I'm like Neo for these guys. You're trying to slip one past. I'm Han Solo. They're all Chewbacca. I speak it. You know. It's,
I'm not trying to help or hurt anybody's chances of getting this right, but I will say, Goo, when I pitched this to Josh, he was like, finally somebody else has to listen to as many hours of Eric Bischoff talking. He was so gung-ho for it, you know?
Oh,
what makes the
man.
most sense to me is he's corrected on air, and then it just bounces off of him, where he just continues to go with whatever he's saying, to make it sound like he's been making sense the whole time.
I think you're always a great predictor, but I think that might be your strongest one yet. Lock us in on 1 minute, and let's hear from Easy E.
It's like the nonsense with AEW and their $185 million a year contract, and whether or not Time Warner owned a percentage of AEW. Now it's out that it's under 5%. Here's my other prediction: when it's all said and done, now we may never know unless there's a merger or acquisition or something that forces the issue. But I suspect the equity somewhere between 20 and 25%. Of AEW, not the 2 or 3%, or whatever it is that's been released. There you go.
Why?
Did you just a minute ago suggest that you think Warner Brothers owns like 20 or 25%?
I think they own more than we've been led to believe.
Oh,
I
So
think
the,
could be as much as that.
the reports that are out there that say, hey, with a publicly traded company, if you own more than X percent, you have to disclose it. I forget if that threshold is 5 or 10%, but it has to be within that.
I think it's 5%.
There you go.
Oh,
Conrad
1
Thompson gave you the timeline. He said it was a minute ago you said this. And then Easy E himself says if it's a public company, it's 5% is the max. So
He corrects him.
yeah. So thank you, Eric, for realizing that 1 minute later. And you guys are once again correct.
He could have said nothing.
I love how
You're
he
just like, oh yeah,
instantly-
it's pseudos.
I
He
like
could have
when
been like,
he's-
I don't know, that's an accounting thing, you know?
he instantly starts like backpedaling, like before he's like, you think that's the number? And he goes, it's definitely higher. Like he's ready to turn around.
Reneges instantly. He's like, well, up to that. Oh man, and we've all been in discussions with people like this too. I mean, not really anymore. I don't really have people in my life like this, but it's like, can we just like have a discussion? Like, this is some sort of weird contest. Like, I don't know what you're trying to build into this. Like, it's like, well, okay, but you're gonna be up to that. Please, dude.
They're not supposed to be adversarial, right?
Yeah.
That's the most pushback that I saw Conrad Thompson ever do on the show.
Yeah.
So,
Bobby, I hate to correct you, but when we saw the great clip in the Discord the other day where he kind of he didn't steal the NWO, and I was like, okay, Conrad, all right.
that was great. And he handled it. Eric Bischoff handled it like a total pro. Was not at all gotten to.
No, never.
All right, so here's the last clip that we're gonna have for a prediction. I have one more after that. We'll get to it after. That's not gonna have a prediction. It's just for fun. But this is the last prediction clip.
Go 5 for 5, goo. Let's do it, baby.
We got this. Lock in.
Okay, so the context for this is a bit weird because unless you know something about how his show works, where they talk about stupid minuscule stuff like this all the time, but they're talking about how WWE has a bunch of sponsors and how those sponsors will do tie-ins with WWE, how they're going to activate that brand synergy. So Eric has a prediction for how one of those sponsors is going to activate that brand synergy.
Awesome.
So here are the options that you have for his prediction for how one of their key sponsors is going to make a plan for integrating with WWE.
Anything.
So your choices are A, Prime Drinks, that they're going to do a SummerSlam hydration tie-in. It's hot in the summer.
Nice.
B,
I buy that.
B, Dude Wipes is going to put together a plan that copies Conrad Thompson's way of selling a product. C, Ram Trucks is going to make a Tribal Chief Edition 3500 truck. Or D, Slim Jim is going to bring Macho Man back as an AI guy who's going to teach LA Knight how to be the Slim Jim spokesperson for WWE.
I think it's A or B, goo. What do you think?
Oh, really? Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like lost in the sauce because I want C to both be like the answer, but also true, so I could get one.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I thought was D because he feels he's like the perfect age to have his brain like annihilated by AI.
Yeah, well, and Bobby drew a very specific image there where you're thinking, so you've got AI Macho Man, right? And he's going, oh yeah. And then LA Yeah is just going, yeah. And so it's like, ooh, yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah,
just
how
caught in
hard
like a
could that
loop.
be?
It's just the ooh separating. It's like a ooh sandwich with yeah bread between the two of them into infinity.
You've really composed a great question here because I think all four are like some are believable. I was like, I think they did that, but
Yeah, I mean, that's so A, Prime Drink SummerSlam. It feels like, Prime is one of their sponsors. It almost feels like, and it's no problem if this is it, Bobby, but it almost feels so non-sensational that it wouldn't be the closer to this, right? It makes sense that he would pitch Prime at SummerSlam. When he says the way Conrad Thompson sells things, I wonder, like that sounds so
Ooh.
specific. It's like hard to make up. But Bobby's
It's
a very
also-
creative, smart guy. But
it's also like it's again, I think it would be him latching onto like something he's actually seen
for sure.
recently, which is not like actual wrestling shows. So, but he has seen Conrad do ads, and based off the last one where he heard what Conrad said and then said yes and then repeated what he said, it makes sense that he would just go, you know what you did is good. That's fine. That's my idea.
I want to go 5 for 5, Goo.
I know.
Bobby,
What
do
do
you
you
have any
think?
lifelines here, like on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Who would they be to? If it's to me, I feel like that's a little biased. But
Yeah, can I phone a friend and it's you?
I mean, you can ask some questions if you got questions.
You can phone
Okay,
me.
Okay, yeah, what do you
Yeah,
think? Oh, wait,
yeah.
Ryan knows the answers, though, doesn't he?
I don't remember this one. All I've been thinking about is how much a Roman Reigns edition Ram 3500 is going to cost, and it probably starts with a 2.
Oh, yeah, that's an expensive vehicle.
I feel like that's the best. Like that would be the greatest answer to hear him say.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it's
buying that
almost
truck.
like
We're
I
buying the
almost go for that.
Roman Reigns truck.
The
For
big
sure.
dog.
If
It's
we get
cool
the
to
level
drive
7
dog.
hype train, we're using that money to buy the Roman Reigns Tribal Chief Edition.
It's not only cool to drive a truck dedicated to a wrestler, it's cool when it's Roman Reigns. So, do we want to, where we go? I'll let you lock in here, Goo. What are you thinking?
Let's go with that one.
With
I
B
just feel like
or with the truck?
with the truck. I just feel
Okay.
like spiritually that's what the answer should be. So
Or are
I'm
we allowed to
sorry.
give different answers? We kind of 50-50 it here that way.
Up to you guys. You don't have any money in it, so
let's-
yeah.
Let's do it. This could be
Yeah, I'm
me,
taking
me
B.
versus you showdown. Yeah.
Dude wipes versus Dodge Ram.
I predict the marketing people at Dude Wipes and WWE are going to get together. And they're going to be in a room somewhere. Somebody's going to go, we want to come up with some great product integration ideas. Because
I feel sick.
you get the marketing talk because that's what those people do. They went to college. They got to vomit all that college shit out to justify what they really want to do anyway.
I mean, that's what Eric does every
But they're going to come
single
up with some
day.
ideas. How do we integrate the product? And somebody's going to have the balls to say, hey, guys, I listened to this guy by the name of Conrad Thompson, and he does these Blue Chew spots. And these spots are so funny.
Yeah.
And this Blue Chew started out on the podcast. And now you see it advertised everywhere on mainstream. But when they first started promoting Blue Chew, it was kind of nobody really wanted to take it. There were some podcasters and radio stations who went, we really don't want to go there. We don't do dick pills or rubbers. That's where we draw the line. Well, now it's everywhere. What if we take the Conrad Thompson approach to Dude
Conrad's
Wipes and
breaking walls
WWE and we embrace the
He's the first guy
entertainment?
to hawk a
Because
dick
that's what
pill on
Conrad Thompson did.
broadcasting.
He made those Blue Chew spots fun.
Yeah.
They were
Not
well
Howard
produced. They
Stern,
were
not
well
Opie
written, and
Anthony.
he had fun with them. And look where they are now. Let's do the same thing with Dude Wipes. And we're going to see some of the funniest Dude Wipe spots that are going to be hilarious. And whoever that marketing genius is that raised his or her hand in the corner and admitted that they listened to Conrad Thompson podcast and has learned by listening to the Blue Chew reads how to make this thing work, Dude Wipes is going to be a huge hit from a marketing standpoint.
Which they were
Absolutely.
with the
But
Dominic Mysterio. Yeah.
I don't remember them picking up the horn and saying, "Get me old CT." Who did Ric Flair's daughter, not Charlotte, marry? Give me that guy.
Yeah, the other one.
Conrad.
The other one.
The Conrad. That was such a dead giveaway. This has done like really serious reputational damage to me by not going with that.
Well, these aren't predictions. We're playing a game right now. I feel like your reputation is bulletproof. You're the
Okay,
predictor.
intact.
I did try really hard to make the other ones more believable than it was hard to hide a Conrad Thompson reference in 4 answers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the truck was such a delicious option. So
He lives in
props for
Wyoming. I mean, that's probably what he's thinking he wants.
that. He
but
sees
yeah.
truck all the time.
Hey, it's me. Please subscribe to our channel. There's no one worse at YouTube than us. We need your help. Hit subscribe, hit like, tell a friend. Wrestling fans know wrestling fans. We appreciate it so much. Love and energy.